Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today is a really exciting video. It's my first ever Q&A video. I've tried to film this and put it up earlier and it just didn't work out. So I'm refilming it now and hopefully all goes well this time, but long story. So you guys asked some really great questions, and thank you to all of you guys who asked me questions. It was really fun, and this is just a really fun process to be able to answer your guys' questions so you can get to know me better, and in a way I get to know you guys better as well through some interaction in the comments. So it's a really fun video to film. If you guys want to see more in the future, definitely let me know. I'm getting very tongue-twisted? See, I can't even know the expression, but today I'm gonna have a hard time talking. As a lot of my videos, apparently. A lot of you guys commented on my videos that I wrote to, ask me questions, which was great. And I also had a few people private message me on YouTube and on Twitter asking me some more personal questions. Some of them asked me like 2 questions. They asked me a more general question, then they asked me a more personal, like not really personal directed towards me or beauty related, more like advice type questions. I've thought about starting an advice series on my channel before. However, when I look at my analytics for my channel, most of you guys are in the age range, like around my age, it seems like, between the ages of 18 to 24. And then my second biggest group is like 25 to 34 or something like that. And then it's like my younger viewers, which I don't remember what the category is, if it's like 13 to 17 or something like that, like my younger crowd of viewers. I didn't know if it would be a series that would interest you or if it wouldn't really work for like everyone. Like I wasn't really sure if I should go for it or not. But having received these questions, I figured that some of you did have some topics that you wanted addressed on my channel, and I thought it could be cool. I am a big sister in real life, so I thought it could be cool to kind of do like a big sister talk type series where you guys can ask me any questions. Like I said, you can private message me so you guys don't have to like have your name on the video or anything like that. So for those of you who asked those questions, I will be answering them in a future video. I'm going to do a whole separate video. A lot of it had to do with like boys, partying, relationships, just friendships type things. So I'm going to do an entirely different video because this video would be way too long if I answered everything, because I have a lot of opinion on those topics, so I think it would be way too long to include in here. So I'm just going to go with the questions that were asked to me, like more general questions about me or about beauty. And for those of you who asked those questions, I will be answering them, so stay tuned. I'm going to do an entire video dedicated towards those questions, and if you guys like it, then I can continue to do that. And also I thought it might be great, since I do have some older viewers, that you guys can chime in the comments and kind of leave your responses and what you guys think, so that I can help out some of the girls that ask these questions, because I am still quite young. I'm not like, don't have that many experiences, but in a way it's kind of like I can relate to you guys because it hasn't been that long that I had to deal with similar issues, so maybe that can help you. And then some of my viewers that are even a little older than me are going to be able to help you as well. So I thought that that'd be really cool. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. And like I said, I will be doing a whole video to answer those other questions, and then you can let me know if you want it to become a series or just like a one-time thing. I'm gonna get started. I decided that I was gonna put a screenshot of your guys' questions right here on the screen as I go ahead through them. Since you guys were nice enough to ask me questions, your channel will get a shout out, so I thought that would be cool. Most of these girls, by the way, have channels that I watch and love, so you guys should definitely check them out. I'll link all of them down below as well, but you'll see their screen name pop up with their questions, so definitely search them when you're done with this video. So Marcy and Makeup asked me, how did I get started in makeup, and also what is my favorite color? So my favorite color is pink. Probably a lot of you guys have noticed that. My walls are pink. Everything in my room pretty much has something to do with pink or white. Pink and white is like my theme in my room. So I love pink, but I also love other colors like purple, yellow. I find a really bright and fun color. So I have a lot of colors that I love, but pink is definitely my favorite. How did I get started in makeup? That's a really good question, and I actually had to think about this. So when I was 13, I pretty much started wearing makeup, like mascara and maybe a little bit of concealer, like on a regular basis to school and stuff. But my love for makeup started way before that. I've always been fascinated by the colors and the different, like, I've just always loved it and had an intrigue for it, basically. When I was like 3, almost 4 years old, my grandparents got me my first ever little eyeshadow makeup kit. It was when my brother was born actually, and everyone was bringing, you know, him presents, and so my grandparents got me that, and that's literally my first makeup thing I think I've ever gotten myself. And obviously I was little, so I wasn't really like using it all that much, but it was just for fun, and I would, you know, do my makeup and do my mom's makeup. It was just like fun to play around with. To this day, that's like my first memory with makeup, and that's kind of how I got started. I always loved it, and from that moment on, it was just such a fun, interesting thing to me that when I got older, I definitely went into it a lot more seriously, and here I am today. So a lot of you guys asked questions along the lines of what made me start a YouTube channel, how did I get into making videos, so you'll see them pop up here, but that was Suzie Park, Carlie Lynn, and also Jessica Darling asked me what made me want to start a YouTube channel. So I'll kind of address all of that. I've been watching YouTube again since I was probably about 13 years old, maybe like 12, 13. So pretty much since the start of YouTube. And I have always loved it, and I've wanted to start a channel for a very, very long time. Probably since I was about 14, I've thought about it. But at that time, I was really young, and I didn't have the time to devote to it and the schedule that allowed me to be consistent. I just wasn't in a place in my life where like I would have taken it seriously enough. Like some people do have channels that young, and good for them, and they're doing an amazing job, but for me it just wasn't a priority at that point. So I didn't start a YouTube channel then. When I turned probably end of 16, beginning of 17, I really started to consider it because I loved watching, you know, beauty videos and all sorts of videos, but beauty in particular so much that I thought, I have a passion for makeup. I have all this makeup that I keep collecting, and I could do this, and I would love to do this just as a hobby, as like something to do for fun. And I really started to seriously consider it. At the time, I didn't really have any sort of well, not that I have like equipment now, but I do have a camera now. And not to say that you can't start a lot of people have started with their phones, and that's like incredibly, and that's incredible, and that's great. But at the time, I just didn't have like what I needed to be able to, you know, really put the quality and the work into my videos. And it was also a very changing time in my life. I graduated high school. A lot of things were going on. There was a lot of change already. So although it was in the back of my mind, I never really got around to it just because I had so much that was going on, and I was taking on so many new things that I didn't want to be overwhelmed and to just like start this and then not be able to go through with it. This past fall, when I was almost 20 years old, it was probably about a month before my 20th birthday, I was starting university, and I thought, this has been such a passion of mine for so long, and I love it so much. And I knew that starting university meant that, you know, it was going to be a lot of work. It was going to be very serious stuff. I was going to business school, so it's like a big deal. And you know, going to school every week, I don't really love business school or anything like that. If I'm gonna set a schedule for myself, unless stuff happens like out of the ordinary, out of my control, like I don't know if any of you have noticed, I've never officially declared it because I didn't want to put that pressure on myself, but I've been pretty much uploading consistently on Tuesdays and Fridays for my entire winter semester, so I'm really happy with that. And I set that goal for myself, and I'm really happy that I've been able to keep up with it. When I throw myself into something, I do it right, and I really like want to give it my 100%, which is hard when you're going to university, you're working, and you're doing YouTube. So it was a lot to take on, but at the same time, school was kind of like, I wasn't loving it, and I was working really hard, and I felt like I never had time for myself to do what I liked. And I thought that this would just be a really great way to incorporate something that I loved and that I've always wanted to do, blend that together and just make a hobby out of it and do it for fun. At first it started out very like loosely, like I would upload a video when I can, and then I got more into it, and I've met a lot of you guys, and I've interacted with a lot of you guys, and it became more of a serious thing for me, and I love doing this, and I don't see an end in sight anytime soon. That's kind of how I got into making videos and why I continue to love it, just because experiencing YouTube like by making videos and interacting with your viewers is a whole other way of like watching and experiencing YouTube. It's just the coolest thing. Pfeifer Grace, shout out to Pfeifer Grace. We also did a collaboration recently, so check that out. It's my winter Canadian tutorial or something like that. You guys can check it out and check out her channel because she did a London inspired look, which is really cool. She asked me, how do you come up with your video ideas? As I've watched so much YouTube over the years, and I'm still pretty new to it, I kind of have all these ideas in my head that I want to do from videos that I've seen over the years and ideas that I've come up with. A really good trick that I can recommend to you, any of you who make videos, is to carry around, well, either you can jot it down in your phone, but also you can carry around, like, I have an entire like notebook dedicated to YouTube. It looks like this, and I put all of my YouTube related stuff in it, dates that I want to upload, details for videos, video ideas. It's really great to have something like that because you never know where you'll be or what you're going to be doing when all of a sudden you have like inspiration for a video idea. But also, if I'm like in lack for inspiration, I honestly watch other YouTube videos. A lot of girls have some really great ideas that you don't necessarily need to copy and do the exact same thing, but you can definitely get inspired from it and come up with your own ideas from watching them. That's why I think this is such a great community, because people really do support each other and really do inspire each other, and just always being open to new ideas and new inspiration. AmandAsanaBeauty. I love this girl. She's so funny, she's so sweet, she's so genuine. I just had to give her a shout out. She's so incredible. And her question is, where is your happy place? I thought that this was a really, really cool question, and I unfortunately don't have a cool answer to go with it. When I think of a happy place, I kind of think of a place that is like my safe place. Like if I'm having a horrible day or everything is going wrong, it's the place that I'm gonna want to go to feel comfortable and loved and just safe, you know? I think that would be home, and I think most people that would probably be their home, because that's where you feel most at peace, that's where you feel like you can be yourself. So for me, it would be at home in my room, you know, just watching some Netflix in my bed, taking it easy. I guess that would be like my happy, safe kind of place. If I have to choose like one happy place to, like, let's say travel or something like that, it would definitely be like on a cruise. I love going on cruises. It's like my favorite thing in the world, and I just think that that's really, really cool. If you guys have been on a cruise, leave me a comment down below with what your favorite part of going on a cruise is, and if you haven't done a cruise, you should seriously check it out, because cruises are like so fun. mackmd asked me, what is your favorite makeup brand? And this is such a tough question. You guys came up with such good questions, but they're so hard to answer. I have had to put so much thought into this Q&A, and I didn't even get to come up with like super cool answers. I guess if I had to pick like a drugstore and a high-end, for drugstore, it would definitely be L'Oreal and Maybelline. And I know that's kind of cheating. It's because most of my like must-have products are from those two lines from the drugstore. So if I could only buy from two drugstore lines again, it would be L'Oreal and Maybelline. For high-end, it's very, very difficult. We all know, I don't need to mention this, that my all-time favorite eyeshadows are from Lorac. So I guess I could say Lorac for high-end, because if there's one thing that I prefer to buy high-end than drugstore are eyeshadows, because everything else I pretty much find even. Like, I can find good ones either way. But I also really, really love, if we're talking a brand as a whole, I really, really love Too Faced as well, and Urban Decay. So it's kind of like a tie. Modern Martha by Kelsey, she said, what is your dream job? This is a really, really good question. I wish I knew the answer. My dream job as a kid was to be a singer. I've always kind of had in me a need to perform. I'm never someone who loves to be the center of attention wherever they go, but I am a very outgoing person, and I always have this need and love to like communicate and speak my mind sort of thing. I really think that that's why I love YouTube so much, is because it's having my own YouTube channel has kind of given me that voice and that platform to communicate whatever and say whatever I want to say, and kind of in a way perform, and I love it so much. Well, right now, you guys know, like I said, I'm in business school. I don't love it, but business does open a lot of doors. And I think that realistically, what I would probably love most to do in the future when I graduate is to sort of incorporate my business degree. I'm majoring in marketing with the beauty industry, and kind of mix those two things together so that in a way I can incorporate my passion into what I do. And now I'm going to go into my private messages, so I'm not going to name the names of those who asked. Oh, first thing I wanted to address is that a lot of people, just in general, on my videos in the comments ask me if this is my natural hair color, and it is. A lot of you don't know if I am a natural redhead, and I am. I've addressed that in my 50 Facts About Me video, but since I have a lot more of you guys now watching me, this is my natural hair color. It is darker at the roots just because because my hair tends to get a little bit lighter when it's in the sun. So if I'm not in direct lighting, that's when sometimes some of you guys saw my video thumbnails. I remember one person commented, "Oh my god, I thought you had dyed your hair a dark brown. It would look nice on you." Well, thank you. But no, I haven't dyed my hair. It's just sometimes if the light isn't as great on some days, my hair will look darker in the video. So I am part of the 2% of the world population that's born a natural redhead. I guess that's a cool fact that I can tell people. I'm gonna answer their like general questions. She asked me, what's the one makeup/beauty thing you wish you could do but cannot? This is a very easy one for me. It's hair. I see so many pictures on Pinterest of like really beautiful, like intricate braids and updos and all these things, and I wish I could do like my hair, but I can't. I'm horrible at hair. I can barely do a regular braid, so that's really one thing that I wish I could do. One girl asked me, how do you find the courage/confidence to start your own channel? I've been watching YouTube videos for years and I lack the self-esteem and I'm very afraid to get in front of the camera and film. I've had some of you comment that I'm very comfortable seeming in front of the camera, which is a really nice compliment, so thank you. Is that better? I'm really sorry if the whole time the camera was tilted. The phone. I think that comes with personality also. Some people are more shy and reserved than others. I'm a very outgoing, energetic, bubbly person, as you can probably tell often. I find my tutorials don't really kind of give that impression because I'm very focused and concentrated, but on these kind of get to know me Q&A tag videos, I think it's a little bit more obvious. I'm just comfortable in general talking to people, which I think helps me be able to talk to a camera. Those of you who are more shy, I would say just practice talking to yourself. And I know that sounds super weird, but before I even started videos, I often pretended I was doing videos, which sounds really stupid, but like when I would get ready and stuff, just because I wanted to get used to it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It might seem weird at first, but just practice talking when there's no one around, because really, if you're shy, talking to a camera should be a lot more comfortable than talking to an actual crowd of people. And don't get me wrong, my first videos I'm more awkward and like not sure how like to talk and everything. You get comfortable with time. I would say just before you even pull out a camera, practice when you're home alone just talking to yourself and pretend you're filming a video sort of thing. That'll get you more comfortable, and then once you feel comfortable with that, then take a camera. You don't even need to turn it on at first. Practice talking to the camera and practice looking into the lens, not the viewfinder, because sometimes I do catch myself when editing looking at the viewfinder, but it's often if I'm like showing something because I want to make sure I'm in frame and I'm looking at it while I talk about it, and in tutorials that you can't really, you know, because you have to make sure you know what you're doing, and if you have a mirror then that's even like you're not going to be looking at all at the camera, but that's normal. But if you're doing a video like this, I find it really distracting and hard to watch videos where people look over to the viewfinder to the side and you feel like you're really lacking that personal connection. When people are looking directly into the frame, directly at you, it looks a lot better in video, so practice that as well. That's really important, I think. Then once you get comfortable enough, practice making videos. You don't need to put the pressure on yourself that whatever you film you're going to upload. I have videos that I filmed and I wasn't happy with the way they turned out and I never uploaded them. Watching yourself back, which is really hard at first to watch yourself back and edit, but you kind of become used to that, so don't worry about that. But you'll pick up what you find you don't like in your videos and in yourself, and you'll be able to correct it more. I know my first videos I would say all the time, and I still do. It's a bad habit, but now I just did it again. That all comes with time and with practice, and I still do not think I'm that great at any of all of this, but that's just what I've picked up over time. So I would just say give yourself time, don't put any pressure on yourself, and just practice, practice, practice. And the last question that I have in my private messages is, how did I tell people and like family and friends about my YouTube? To be honest, I've only told a few select people, and I don't really, something I don't want to tell people and then I wanted to hide it. At first I just wanted it to be something for me, for myself, that I could just, you know, have fun with and play with without having people in my real life tell me or like criticize me or make suggestions or anything like that. If you don't want to tell people if you're starting a YouTube channel, you don't have to at first. Just get used to it, get comfortable with it, and with time they'll either find out or you're going to want to tell them, which is great to have people in your life that are supportive and think what you're doing is cool. Just make sure that whoever you tell and you want involved in your channel, that they're supportive and they have your vision in mind, that they don't try and change anything or make you feel uncomfortable with what you're doing or anything like that. So that's it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed my first ever Q&A. You guys had some amazing questions. Thank you again so much to everybody who messaged me and commented on my video. I really hope that you enjoyed my answers. And if you want to see a part 2 at any point, just let me know. I would love to hear more questions and answer them for you guys. If you guys are, wanting to film a Q&A, then definitely send me over to your channel, and I love coming up with fun questions to ask you guys, because some of you had such interesting, cool questions that it made me want to come up with interesting, cool questions to ask you guys too. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're just stumbling across this video from another channel or anything like that, thank you so much for watching. Please press the red subscribe button down here, I think it is, depending how you're watching this. I would really love to have you leave me a comment down below answering at least one of these questions, whichever one was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye!